What is up, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today on this Friday, the start of the weekend. Another week passing by, and a couple weeks, and we are at the boiling point. The NFL draft is really close, and God, I just want this draft to get here. I want some answers already. So a few things from yesterday, and obviously, some news from this morning too. I think one thing to talk about here is regarding the pre-draft visits. Okay, Kool-Aid McKinstry is coming in for a pre-draft visit. Don't know. I don't know why. I still I guess this is just the due diligence the Eagles want to do, and just this meet players, and even when certain pre-draft visits probably don't make sense at times. As much, Kool-Aid's not, Kool-Aid's barely played inside cornerback. So, I mean, at this point, he's more of an outside guy. I think we all know that. Really good instinct, likes to use the sidelines, have high IQ. Didn't really tackle too well in that Texas game last year, but, you have a lot of good cornerbacks in this draft. Even if McKinstry's like the fourth best in this group, it's still a very good number to be at, going forward. So, I think there's a lot of good things to come, but the big smoke screen of the draft, potentially, we kind of talked about it yesterday, is offensive line. They've brought in, I think, 9 offensive linemen so far on pre-draft visits. A lot of the day 2 guys than really the day 1. Besides Troy Fontanu, there really hasn't been any. No Jackson Powers. There really hasn't been anything else. You have Zinter, obviously, and Cooper Beebe. Obviously, they brought in on a visit as well. So a lot of the day 2 guys they're bringing in. So not much on the day 1, but 9 offensive linemen. Tyler Guyton's another one. That can go, maybe early second till, probably can make it to the late first. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, we're a couple weeks away and we're ready to go. And appreciate everybody joining me today on the stream. It's been a crazy week this week. Marty Gilman, what's going on, man? This is Joey Aeneas Smith. Reminds me of Lad McConkey. Yeah, they brought him in, and he's got a lot of speed, man. But I feel I'm interested to see what they do here, receiver, after the first round. I feel like they're going to add another body somewhere in this draft. So we'll see. Hey, bro. Also, what's good, Shakes? We're almost there, bro. Can't wait. I know we're getting there. It's taking a little bit of time, but we'll get there. Jacob says, "Yo, Joey, you streaming the draft?" Yeah. So, if anybody doesn't know, with the 50 people in here, me and Philly 500 will be streaming all 3 days of the draft on both channels. Make sure to support both channels. Make sure to go in and just support, man. And we don't, we watch the draft naturally. We don't cheat. We don't look at Twitter where they give you the pick before. The pick and stuff like that. So if you want a all natural reaction of the draft, that's where it's gonna be, and that's what we're gonna do. So if you're looking for a good time, chilling out, watch the draft and just hanging out, we'll be there all 3 days. Bex, how much do you think we pay Smitty? I mean, at this point, it could be between $25 to $27 million, probably a year. I mean, that's where the number is right now. We'll see what happens. Devontae Smith's agent is waiting for Brandon Ayuk and Justin Jefferson, and some of these, CeeDee Lamb is waiting for some of these other guys to get paid, no doubt. So, see. What's going on, Anthony? Hey, Joey, hope it's all good. What's going on, Ant? YFNB2 said, "You're right. We do need someone who could start now and not be a red shirt." Well, yeah, dude, you can't. I'm kind of done with that. kind of done with redshirting guys. Like you can't do that in the first round. This is an important year for the Eagles. I mean, every year is important, but this year is very important. You know, on top of Howie Roseman making all these moves, the only move that's obviously a big question mark and what happened behind the scenes is HaasonReddick and what's going on with him going forward. You know, and how they're replacing it. Could offensive line be the big smokescreen for moving up in this draft for an edge rusher like Dallas Turner or Jared Verse? Could they move up to 15? Could they move up to 14? You know, so we'll see. What do you think of Johnny Will 6'7"? I don't know who that is. Is that he's not from North Carolina, right? Who is he from North Carolina? Wife had B2 says you're right when it comes to times like this, you Philly and LB. Oh, look, like, you know, I'm just going with the news, what's going on, talking about it and stuff. Respect to Philly, respect to LB. You know, hopefully we'll get to do a big stream one day. I think we were trying to do a stream in February. We were supposed to Goat Talk podcast and Philly Shakedown were supposed to come together. If you guys didn't know, we were supposed to do a big stream in February. We couldn't. I couldn't. I was kind of busy that weekend, so I think I was the one that kind of shot it down, which I didn't mean to, but it was my girlfriend's birthday weekend, and you know, had to do some kind of nuts. It was a crazy weekend, so. Andy says Philly 500 is not at a wedding. He's at a top 30 visit with the Eagles today. Who knows? Who knows, bro? You know, we'll you know, he's having a good time with family. So. All that matters. I think going forward now. Oh, why isn't my chat's not popping up? Hold on. Is my chat not popping up? I don't think it is. Hold on, sorry. I forgot to do this. 2 seconds. And we should be good now. There we go. Sorry about that. I didn't know the chat wasn't popping up this whole time. Oh, Florida. Okay. Yeah, I haven't looked into the mid round wide receivers too much. Like I know there's going to be a lot of receivers available into the third round, which is great. Bear says, Joey, Tez Walker has a visit with the Eagles. He's nice slot, but he has good potential to move to the outside as well. Yeah, I saw you posted on Twitter today, or on X, we should call it. Yeah, I haven't looked at some of these other receivers and really the top ones between like the first to maybe the second round. That could go on some of these other guys. And like I don't think it's going to take too much to find a wide receiver 3. If they're looking for a pure wide receiver 3, or they're looking for a guy that can play wide receiver 3 this year and maybe be a potential AJ Brown replacement later on, you know, we'll see. Guys like Xavier Legette from South Carolina and obviously Adonai Mitchell from Texas are the 2 big receivers I really want in this draft. But, you know, we'll see. You know, Lad McConkey's my guy. Ricky Purcell's my guy. Like, we love guys like that. You know, just depending really what they want in size and obviously potential going forward of what they want them, how they want them to be in the future of this team, you know, 3 years down the road. It's going to be interesting. My wife, I'm not giving up on Justin Simmons. I think he'll come around that draft week. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Like, the Justin Simmons thing is going to be interesting because I feel like if they don't hit on a safety in this draft that they really want, I think they're still trying to add another safety at this point. You know, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Reed Blankenship, they need another body there. If they don't hit on the guy that they want, potentially it could be a Justin Simmons signing post-draft. That's where it could be. Go on, Daniel Berry. Donald Martin, what's going on, man? I have to turn my volume up very loud just to, you know. It shouldn't be, it should be pretty loud. I think there's always somebody that trolls me that says that the volume's too. I don't know why people. Yeah, he says, same here, Ghost. King Eagle says, what if AJ Brown requests a trade after Smitty gets his contract and it's way more? I mean, I don't think he's gonna ever request a trade. I don't think that's gonna happen. He's not gonna pull a HaasonReddick on us. He's on contract for another couple of years, this year and next year. So, I think that's going to be the big offseason talk next offseason on potentially could AJ Brown be get traded, or is he going to play out his contract? You know what I mean? They can get some good draft capital for AJ Brown. There's no doubt about it. If you're going to get good draft capital with AJ Brown has done so far, playing in his prime right now. So. I feel, I don't feel that's going to happen. I feel we'll be fine. I don't know if he's going to leave Philadelphia. That's a whole nother thing. I mean, to be honest, AJ Brown deserves more money from what he's even done on his new contract. What he's done in the short amount of time that he's been here is just crazy. We'll see. YFN says, could you see the Eagles taking a linebacker in the second round? Oh yeah, Edgar and Cooper, man. Edgar and Cooper has got to be in the plans, and plus he was a very early pre-draft visit for the Eagles, so he got in there early, as off-ball coverage, or not coverage. Sorry, because coverage isn't as great, but his open field tackling and running east and west, his athletic ability, taking angles on and getting after the quarterback are big attributes. Something like Devin White was coming out of college in a lot of ways. So if it was my top wide receiver, Ladd McConkey, and Smith and Ricky Pearsall, yeah, I mean, I get it, dude. Like, even with Ladd and Ricky Pearsall, man, they're almost not identical, but either or, like, you're happy with both of those guys. They can stop on a dime, turn direction with 100% speed. I mean, the break of their routes are fantastic. So, okay, so I'm not giving up on Jackson Powers Johnson. Yeah, I mean, it's there's no pre-draft visit. It doesn't mean anything, but I think it's potentially could be a pick for the Eagles, no doubt. I'm one of those guys this year. Okay, I'm one of those guys this year that's going to say that I really would really like. Okay, I'll be very excited if they draft offensive line in the first round. I'm not going to be one of those guys that's going to be upset, throw a temper tantrum over not getting offensive line as well as the need as everyone thinks it's going to be, just because, yeah, I mean, you look at it, you're going to be looking, you're going to need a right tackle for the future. Okay. You're going to need a right tackle for the future. You're going to need a right tackle. You're going to need I don't know what they think of the guard spot right now. So if Jurgens is moving the center, are they comfortable with what they have? So if you get a JC Latham from Alabama, he could start at right guard right now, and you could put him at right tackle in a couple years to take Lane Johnson as the future. You know what I mean? Troy Fontanu has barely really played guard, but is the most versatile offensive lineman in this draft. And Jeff Stalin not only has had Troy Fontanu met him at the combine and talked to him, but they had him on a pre-draft visit. So if you see a team is talking to a player twice, it's a good sign that there's a lot of interest there. You obviously have Cooper Beebe and you have Zinter and you have some of these other guys in the second round, day two, that you can get. Like I said, there's still a lot of value. There's a lot of value in the second round. Eagles are at 50 and 53. So you have the pick of the litter from, I'm not saying pick of the litter, but you might have to move up with that second round pick. I mean, if you're not going to move up back into the first night of the draft in the first round, you're definitely moving up in the early, take the early second. You have 3 5th-round picks to go after a safety, Javon Bullard, or I think Tyler Nubin will probably be going in the late first. I would think, and Kitchens and Bullard could be available early second. So if you want to add another safety there, that's great. If you want to add an offensive lineman, that's great. Whatever, it really depends what they do in the first round. So they get an offensive line in the first round. Then you start getting your needs in the second, and that's when you have to be really, really aggressive. So we'll see. We will see. Tom Martin says we have a Kool-Aid for a 30 visit. He is the best DB in the draft. Go get him, Howie. Yeah, I think he's solid. Now he's coming off the Jones fracture on his foot, and his pro day was pretty damn good. He's looking pretty good. So. I just for me, I don't think it's getting Kool-Aid just makes no sense to me. Getting Teron Arnold just makes no sense to me. Getting Quinion Mitchell just makes no sense to me because of I think the Eagles are going to force themselves to move up and go get somebody that they really want. Sitting at 22, you know, they'll have the pick of the litter at cornerback. They'll have one of these corners drop down. Okay, Kool-Aid on the list. I guess from a standpoint of just ranking, not saying he's a bad corner at all, because I think he's very good. I think he's probably the 4th best guy on this list. We'll see. We'll see. I think there's 3 in front of him that could potentially be gone when it's Quinion Mitchell, Nate Wiggins, and probably Teron Arnold will go before. I could be wrong, but if you're saying that 22 Kool-Aid could be potentially a pick there, but if you move up, I think there's gonna be better players than Kool-Aid McKinstry in this draft moving up. JP Whalen says, any thoughts on Nolan Smith? Does he become worthy of this draft slot? I mean, at this point, like, you're just going to have to play him and see what he does. Apparently, he's going to have a big workload from Vic Fangio this offseason. So he didn't do anything. They didn't play him. They didn't do much of anything, So that's just something that the Eagles have to find out on their own. Like, I hope in this system he'll be better as an outside linebacker. I think he should purely be a linebacker at this point because he has way too much athleticism for me to say, hey, I think he needs to bulk up a little bit if he wants to be that edge rusher / off-ball type guy. But if they really want, they should just keep him at an outside linebacker for now, and that's it. So King Eagle 1 says Ricky Purcell would fit like a glove in the slot. Oh yeah, dude. I mean, he's uncoverable. I mean, but besides all of the weapons you have on the outside, I mean, he would just. That's just having him is just luxury at this point. I think he would have a big year, and Kellen Moore loves using all the one thing I like about Kellen Moore is he doesn't ignore any positions at all. Doesn't ignore any positions. I mean, he likes using his wide receiver 3s, his 1s, his 2s, his X, Y, and Z. Loves using all of them, getting guys open. He doesn't have a favorable he really goes off of matchups. You know what I mean? So he might not distribute. He might distribute the ball certain weeks, but he will go on matchups as well where, maybe Devontae Smith won't have the biggest game because maybe he's not, maybe it's not going towards his matchup. Because really, who are you double teaming now? Now with having Saquon Barkley in the backfield, you're going to have a safety move down the box. So it's going to open a bigger play for these wide receivers if that's the case. Or Jalen Hurts extending plays and making that big play. So having Saquon just turn this offense around entirely if it's used correctly and if Kellen Moore does his thing. So very excited for it. We got Shizzle Flex. Thank you for the super chat, man. It says, word, Smith is looking to cash in 25 to 29 million, and he's willing to wait till the market reset if the birds don't pony up and get it done. The problem is like how he could say, hey, I want to get this deal done now, but Devontae Smith doesn't have to do anything. His agent is going to make Devontae Smith wait in the best interest of him to say, hey, let's wait until these other guys get paid. Brandon Ayuk, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson. Let's wait till these other contracts are done with, and then you go for the big kill shot for more money. Yeah, I think potentially it will be bigger than AJ Brown's contract, and he deserves it. So we'll see. You will see. By the way, another edge rusher is on a pre-draft visit with the Eagles. I just read his name. All right, where is it? All right, I just lost it. I don't know where did they get deleted? I think it just got deleted. I'm not sure. Appreciate the super chat, Shizzo. Mayor said Ricky did it with bad teams. He showed up in big theory is him being a beast with us as number 3, and reminds me of poor man's Cooper Kupp type guy. I like him a lot. Yeah, I mean, you have, I mean, between Ladd and Purcell, I would grab one of them if they're around, if they have a chance, you know. Don Martin says Queen played in a weaker conference. He's level competition is a great. Yeah, I get that. I get that. You know, Toledo is, you know, not a big name school playing against the best talent either. So, you know, but physicality is there, coverage was there. Senior Bowl was, the Senior Bowl was really good. So he did a fantastic job there. Senior Bowl, I think, is very, very, you know, valuable. You know, because you see them, you know, they're not just testing with themselves, you know, not just testing like a combine. You're facing other talent. So, you know, Aaron Jason, did you find the Kellen? Yeah, so I looked, I can't find it unless it got deleted. I can't find it. The Kellen Moore video I cannot find. If anyone can find that Kellen Moore video, just put the link in there and I'll play it for a little bit. I can't even find it. Guys, Derek Gunn's comments are interesting. Sounds like we're maybe going all in, trading up. Yeah, so Derek Gunn had some comments on a podcast the other day and pretty much said the Eagles are not looking for a project this year. Within the first few picks, says the Eagles are looking for play now type players. Play now type players. Okay, which is good. Because look, guys, it's not there are teams that draft for the future. So yeah, of course the mid rounds, late rounds, you know, those are guys that you want to see if you want to produce, and they're going to be hit or miss type players going forward. But theoretically, you know, because the situation the Eagles are in this year, you know, especially defensive line, you could potentially losing Brandon Graham to retirement, losing Josh Sweat after this year. You know, Milton Williams is a free agent after this year. You know, potentially losing 3 defensive linemen. You need to get, you know, thank God Jordan Davis is a make or break year. Jalen Carter should be a beast this year. We know what he could do. We're not worried about that. You know, and, you know, edge rusher is still in question right now because I don't think Josh Sweat and Brandon Graham are just enough right now. It's not enough. You know, Nolan Smith, it's not enough. So that's where my questions lie within the defensive line. It's hard for me to say. It could be offensive line, but theoretically, if they move up to 15-14, just say, I don't think they have to move to the Jets pick at 10. I highly doubt that. I think they move up to 15-14. I think is a really good spot. I think they could get, it's going to be edge rusher, offensive line, or Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers could go at 10, probably to the Jets. Maybe, we'll see. But I think he has a good shot coming to the Eagles if that's the case. It could be something else on the table that we're not even thinking about. That we are thinking about that maybe, you know, we'll see. But, you know, it's kind of nuts. It's kind of crazy, dude. Kind of crazy. So we will see. We will see. Let me fix this shit because I don't know why this does that. I don't know why it does this, but it does do it sometimes. It like ad pops up and that's what happens. And it's really annoying. Okay, we're good now. We're good now. Don Martin says he has great talent. We're a playmaker. Play matters. King Eagles. We might go for 2 studs in the first. Potentially, yeah. I mean, I think they would have. I mean, I don't know if they have to trade up and back in the first round again. I would if I was them because I feel like there's still a lot of talent. But even going into the second round is still a lot of talent. But if you can make a big jump in that first round again, even as a late first round pick, they can get another great player there if they really want. So if they did that, I honestly wouldn't even care about. I honestly wouldn't even care about the third round pick at that point. You still have that other second round pick, which they could still trade back if they really want. I don't think they should even move out of the second round. You know, trading back is trading back, but trading up is fine. But I think they should stick where they're staying right now. Guys, if we could get DeJean and Fontanu, what would you think about that? I think you killed the draft. Yeah, I think you totally killed it. Fontanu could start at Fontanu. The plan for Troy Fontanu from Washington right now is if they can end up getting him, whether they have to move up for him or trade back for him and get more picks in the first round. Okay, I feel as if Fontanu is probably the most versatile offensive lineman in this draft. Versatility is off the charts, and Jeff Stoutland loves him. Okay, I feel as if he will start at guard. Okay, he'll move right into guard immediately. Okay, so there's your starter right there. Juergens moves to center where he should be at. And if they get DeJean in the process on top of it, yeah. We're thinking of Cooper DeJean as not just an outside corner. We're thinking of him as a weapon for specific matchups every single week. He's just that Malcolm Jenkins type move around piece, hybrid piece for your defense. Okay, because I'm interested to see if they draft Cooper DeJean, where do they play him at camp? Obviously, he'll be with the corners, but they might cross train him to safety. Not saying that safety will be his main thing, but they might cross train him all over the place. They might put him in coverage as a linebacker. They could do anything they want with him. You know what I mean? So he's got a lot of value. And I think he is the most likely pick of this draft for the Eagles. I think Cooper DeJean is going to be in Philadelphia midnight green. That's what I think. And if he's not, then maybe it was all smoke. Yeah, Kool-Aid at 22 is I think is very comfortable for me to be at to go get him. Yeah, I don't think you move up for him. I don't think you trade back for him. I think 22 is a good spot. Aaron says, "How did you and Philly get into streaming together?" Together we talked one day just to do something, and that was really it. We're like, "Hey, you want to talk football every week?" Sure, that's how it pretty much happened. I will not be mad if we take a guy offensive line. No. I have no issue with offensive line in the first round. Alex says what was the Kellen Moore video? The Kellen Moore video was it was a matchup thing. It was a video he had all the Cowboy players in the room, and he went over tape on the next opponent, and he talked to he went over matchups, all the X's and O's, and man, I was like, damn, he's very technical with everything on how he wants to use his players. He'll be like, hey, you should blow this guy out the park. This guy is not going to have anything against you. If you do this to him, you're going to have pure success. He micromanages every little thing with the offense, and that's great. He takes no position for granted. He doesn't ignore position. He's a smart coach, man. He's a smart coach. Not by side 11 said, "What up, Joey? I have this feeling they're going to move up in 1 and 2 this year." Yeah, they could. I think they can move up in the first. I think potentially they can move up in the early second as well. So, we'll see. Now by side said, "Coop and Coop." Mark said, "Joey, have you heard the bullshit coming from Dan Staley? He said if we sign Smitty, then AJ will want out." I don't know how you guys listen. I mean, see, that's the thing. You guys listen to this guy every day, that's what he wants, dude. He's getting what he wants from you guys. He gets you pissed off. He makes you watch him. He gets his clicks that he wants. That's what he does. That's what he's here to do. He's not, at the end of the day, guys, Dan Sileo may work for Philadelphia media, but he doesn't like the Eagles. He's not a fan of the Eagles. He's just a reporter at the end of the day. But I don't get how, and I'm just going to say this, okay? I don't know how they don't keep the most realistic guys. Tone DeShields getting fired from, and this is just me. I know nothing about the situation. I'm just looking at it from afar, outside looking in. Didn't talk to Tone DeShields or anything like that. I think it's fucking bullshit that they fire him or cut him off of the show. And I think Tone is one of the most realistic content creators that's out there that tells it like it is. Okay? And, they keep a guy like that. They'd rather, that unfortunately, like, drama is the industry of what everybody wants. Like, what gets the most viewership? It's fucking drama. That's what it is. Like, nobody watches things to be happy. Like, in this world today, you watch things because drama is entertaining. That's why everybody watches people they don't want to watch. That's the name. That's the world we live in right now. That's what it is. Dave said AJ won't be here long anyway. Donald says, Joe, I feel Howie has a big play up his sleeve for the draft. Mark says Tone got fired. Yeah, he got let go. He got let go. I think because of money. I guess cuts. I guess they were just making. I guess he's got no seniority over there, so they were making cuts. I guess for cost, stuff like that. I haven't talked to him personally. I heard him say things during his stream, but I haven't talked to him yet personally. But it really sucks that they'll keep a guy like Cilio on there because he's gonna bring in viewership. Not saying Tone can't, he does. He's gotten a lot bigger on Twitter. He's gotten a lot bigger on YouTube. But because Dan is who he is, him just putting himself in front of a camera, people are going to watch. Because people want to hear of the bullshit that he wants to say. Okay? Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm true to my real self on YouTube every single day, all right? If I was ever asked, and thank God I'm not, if I was ever asked to be on Dan Cilio's show, I would never do it. No, it's not disrespect to anybody that's on his show or nothing. Like, I think Philly likes to put him in his place sometimes. I like Philly likes to. It's great. It's funny because every time Philly is on his show, I feel like Dan is more like. Dan will talk so much shit, but then like someone gets on his show, he'll like back off. Like Philly will say his shit, which I love because Philly puts him in his place. I feel like passively putting him in his place, not telling him forwardly that he's doing it. But I like how, like, Philly will be the absolute, because Philly's the best content creator within the Eagles fan base. There's no doubt, okay? Number two, he's very raw with his content. He talks through emotion, he talks through his feelings, and he doesn't try to make people happy. He goes by, however you dislike him, like him, on his views on the Eagles. That's what he's going to say, you know? So that's, I would never ever, I'm not that type of guy. Just because I put a microphone to my mouth every day, guys, like, I don't want to be a podcaster. I don't want to work for the Eagles. I don't want to have player interviews. I don't care about any of that shit. I don't care about that. To me, it's like, there's already guys that do it, and I honestly, like, let them do it. You know what I mean? Like, if people are doing it, I don't need to do that. I have no interest in it. I don't care about it. I care about just the support that I have is fantastic. That's all I care about. People that follow me, the people that want to just talk Eagles and have fun and go through the year with me on this team is perfectly fine. Like, I don't care about any of that shit. If I could, like, at the end of the day, like, I could delete this channel tomorrow and I'll be satisfied because I've done what I've could. The only thing if I ever got rid of this channel is because the only thing I would care about is the people that followed me for too long that really don't want me to go. That's the only thing that would upset me. But other than that, like, I could delete this channel tomorrow and not read all this shit every single day that I read, like, and all these stupid reports and all these people within the Philadelphia media that are just shitting on everything. You know what I mean? So I don't give a shit. Nobody will censor my ass. It will never happen. Nobody will tell me how to think. No one ever will tell me what to do. Okay? That's what it is. And unfortunately, you know, I'm just not like that. You know, I don't go through the trend. Like, the last 7 weeks of last season, I was purely just telling you like it is of what this team was going to be. And people fucking hated it. People thought I was hating it. There was no, that I wasn't giving them a chance. And, you know, Who knows, guys? Like, at the end of the day, it's like, this is, to me, this is a hobby. This is enjoying the Eagles. And trust me, like, I could turn it off and say, I'm done. Done. I could be done tomorrow and say, guys, I apologize, but I'm done with my channel. Like, I'm done. And never be on YouTube again. It like I said, besides the people that support me, I'd be upset about, the people watching me leave. It wouldn't hurt me to do it. It wouldn't hurt me to do it. So that's where I'm at. And honestly, dude, like, going on Twitter every day and reading, like, I only go on Twitter for Eagles news. I don't go on there to do anything else besides that, okay? And it just seems like it's all just negative shit every single day. It's always negative. It's always trying to put somebody down. It's always what it is. I'm not into that shit. I'm not a keyboard warrior. I don't sit on my fucking shit all day and want to go after somebody that doesn't agree with my opinion or whatever the fuck it is. You know? That's where I'm at. I'm not a sellout. I'm going to be true to my word of who I am as a person, and that's it. No, I get it. No, I get it. And you run, and on Twitter, dude, and on Twitter, I run into Dan Silio's shit because I follow Jakib Beatty. I follow them on there. Okay, but I'll just see, like, I'll scroll down and there's Dan Silio talking about the Eagles, you know, like, and I'll just see the title of what it is, and that's it. I'm not saying that people are clicking. I'm not saying that you're clicking. I'm saying that people are going to click, you know. Housecat says Silio's a bozo. Don't listen to him at all. Why is this? I can't stand it, dude. Every time, and this is Philadelphia, dude, like, and it's gotten worse. Like, every time a player, like, when AJ Brown stopped saying shit to the media last year, like, goddamn, dude, like, sometimes you become a target when you give silence. Like, that's what happens. You know what I mean? It sucks. He's an Eagles antagonist. Well, you know what I mean. Talking up sports, yeah. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed to Tone to Shields, go to his channel and just subscribe to his channel and try and watch his stuff. He usually goes live every day most of the time. Usually at night he goes live, so definitely check it out. Or says listening. Sub says, yeah, once you do that, you can't really say what you want, put on a restriction. I mean, YouTube is a huge restriction right now. Like, YouTube's a big restriction. You could barely curse. You can't put, yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? If somebody wants to go on YouTube and make it a career, which I'm not trying to make it a career because I have a 9-to-5 job every day. I fucking work my ass off every single day, okay? I work 2 fucking jobs. Like, you think I sit here and it's a lot of time invested in this shit. It's not, you know, ask anybody. It's a lot of time invested, you know? And yeah, it's between everybody. It's a competition. I don't look at it like I go on my computer, I do my shit, and I fucking get off and I'm done. I don't look at anybody else's shit. I don't sit here and, you know, I don't worry about the outside bullshit when it comes to YouTube. I could care less about numbers. I can care less about nothing. Okay, all I care about is, like, as long as I get better every single day, as long as it's benefiting my life in some way, whether it's very little or a lot or a lot more, then that's all that matters. You know, that's all that matters. So it's the thoughts if we actually take Kool-Aid never in my mind because I don't think we're going outside corner, and I would love it. That's why it makes no sense, dude. Like, Kool-Aid, I think, is just a due diligence pre-draft visit. I think it's like, let's bring him in. I want to see what he's like as a person, and, you know, I don't know, just to bring him in. I think it's just a due diligence visit, you know? You won't do it? No, not right now, I won't. I love my Real Eagles content creators, 500 yourself and Lord Brunson, Real Eagles fans, tell like it is. At the end of the day, dude, if I want to get off YouTube, if I feel like my heart is not in it, I will leave. Okay? I will be gone. If the day it comes, if I don't know, guys, like, look, the future is the future. Like, I'm 33 years old right now. Am I going to do this till I'm 40 years old, 50 years old? I don't know. I've been on YouTube for 8-9 years, almost a decade. We're getting there. Okay. If I feel like I have no heart, if I'm in this just to get clicks, then I shouldn't be doing it. Nobody should be doing it. But unfortunately, there are people out there that's all they care about, unfortunately. You know what I mean? But for me, if I feel like my heart's not in it and I'm feeling like this is more of a chore than a passion, then I shouldn't fucking do it. Simple as that. Shouldn't do it. I've always been the guy that had to work harder than everybody else. I've always the guy that never got things easy or got things handed to them. I always had to work a little harder than everybody else my whole life. I've always been like that. I didn't have natural talent at a lot of things. I had to work my ass off for a lot of things. You know, so some people are gifted, some people aren't. And I was one of those people that were not gifted. You know what I mean? So, just saying. Yeah, but you can have Discord and Rock. Oh yeah, I have a Discord too. I just figured nobody wants to, join up, but I have a Discord. I have a Discord there. Go on, Isaac. Cigarettes, I don't know, man. Starting to feel like you care a little bit. I always care. I care about a lot of things. You know? What's going on? Papa Joe Philly with Super Chats. If Sills has Philly on a boost, his number is 500 is OG. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, Sills boost. That's why Sills needs 500 on his show. He needs him on his show. He needs him. He needs him for the fucking boost. He needs him for the... True. I can care less what I say on here. It don't matter to me. At the end of the day, like, I'm going about my business and that's it. You know? I remember last year, Jakib, Okay, Jakib's fucked me a couple times already. Okay? I did... What was it? Remember, like, a couple years ago, I used to do the radio. Remember, I used to do, like, a WIP morning thing. I remember I used to, like, do, like, radio reactions, and I would, like, turn the volume. I would cut the volume down when the music came on, and we would listen to the radio together in the morning. I got copyright strike for that shit by them. I got copyright strike from them because of that shit. I had no music playing. I had nothing happening. They took my 3 fucking WIP reactions, and they gave me a strike for that. Okay? Then last year, okay, they had a nice picture of a player that I couldn't find in good quality to make it into a thumbnail because all the pictures looked like shit. And I took the picture and I copied it, or I used the fucking pixel cut thing. I took the background out of a picture. And I put it on a video, and they said, you took our thumbnail. I said, what? I didn't take a thumbnail. I took the picture you used, and I took the outside background out of it and put it on a thumbnail. Yeah. They said, well, you should credit us. I got a mess. I got literally a comment. It was a comment on the video. It wasn't even a fucking private message. It was a comment I got that I should credit them if I use a picture of a player that was from a report. You see, like, someone signs, or a report of a player that I couldn't find a good picture over a fucking picture. A picture. So it's fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. Luke says, real talk, respect to you, Joey. Always keeping it real. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, Denart. Jakeeb, Jacob. I know, I always say Jakeeb all the time. Brand John's 20K people will follow someone that doesn't get your average Joe. Can't pull them number unintended. Well, dude, the thing is, it's like, it's a lot of hard work to do that, man. Because back in 2015, 2016, when some of us started, it was me, Philly, and a few other guys. Like back in 16, when a lot of us started, like we didn't have all this computer great shit to use and all this AI generated shit and all this other stuff that we had to use today. Google Hangouts used to be the place to stream. Google Hangouts. There was no StreamYard. There was no OBS was there at the time, but it wasn't updated for better quality at that point. And obviously I didn't have the money to do it because I had a shit job back in the day when I started YouTube, you know, but it's hard. It was hard work, a lot of years, a lot of videos, a lot of content for a long time. Come on, Matt. Fitness, what's going on, dude? Matt said never liked Sills anyway. Thought he was a clown. Dynasty Joey, would you think about? Sorry, going on my sorry. I mean, we have time to talk about the draft. Don't get me wrong. sorry about going crazy. But we have 130 in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the stream. Appreciate it so much. And thanks for rocking with me. If you guys haven't checked the pinned comment for extra content, I'm coming out with 2 membership videos tomorrow. Today, I had no time to do things. I got some errands to run. So the stream is only going to be another 12 minutes. We've gone about an hour. I'm sorry about my rant here. But, we'll be talking draft tomorrow. We'll be streaming tomorrow anyway, so. So you think we should go O-line, first round corner, second, or go first round corner, second round O-line? You're gonna have to get at this point, like, because of the pro day as of right now for Cooper DeJean, I think his stock definitely went up into the first round, 100%. So I feel like Cooper DeJean could be that pick in the first round. But if they go offensive line, then we'll see. If they get an offensive line in the first round, I think that's what the second round totally changes. I think whatever they do in the first round is to designate what they do on top of need in that second round. So we'll see. I think there's a lot of value in the second round. At 50 and 53, there's a lot of value in safeties, a lot of value in linebacker, a lot of value in offensive line. Still a lot of value in that round. So I'm gonna get Tone to Shields on the channel. I'm actually going to message him today because I definitely want to work with him, or at least I want to do a stream with him and talk Eagles and stuff. So I'll definitely get him on. Luke says, Lord Brown, Joey Shakes, Philly Fire Coach. I appreciate it, man. And they would appreciate it too. They would appreciate it. No, you're good, man. Like, it's just, I don't talk about this shit normally, but it's just, to kind of let you guys know where I'm coming from, because you guys really don't know my personal life and don't really know what's going on. Like, that's when it comes to me and how I look at YouTube and how I look at what I do every day on here. Like, this is a hobby at the end of the day. This is just being all I want to do is be true, stay in my lane, do my thing, and that's it. That's all. Has there been past mistakes in the past? Definitely 100%. I've been humble to it. There's been mistakes in the past. Things have happened. Things have gotten better, and obviously, relationships have, people are good with each other now, which is great. I like to see that, and I'm glad that happened. So, I think that's more people need to do that. I think that's a good thing to see. Smash the like button and sub this man up. Deserves all the likes and subs, views. He can get all the hard work and effort he puts in every day to bring us all the best content possible. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you supporting and being a good friend as well, dude. But I feel like this is the year they go corner in the first. Yeah, but if it's not, you're saying Cooper DeJean, or are you saying anybody, any cornerback? Because for me, if it's Cooper DeJean and that's it for me, I don't think You're not drafting a Taron Arnold or a Nate Wiggins or a Quinion Mitchell to put in the nickel spot. You're not doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Rakestraw plays good zone coverage, though. I like Rakestraw for his zone coverage. Yeah, Donnie says Cooper Beebe is a mauler. The O-line draft is very deep. Oh, yeah. It's second round is very valuable. Very valuable. Yang 22, love Cooper DeJean. Still prefer to go with a stud O-line guy in the first round. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man. They brought in the Kool-Aid today. Not by sight says, I agree. It's got to be DeJean. It makes... Look, if Bradberry wasn't here, I think any cornerback would be on the table right now. I think everybody would be on the table, but because like Bradberry's still here, and I think the Eagles know Bradberry is going to play well next year, and I can agree to some extent that look, if you're not hitting home with your defensive line or getting an ounce of pressure consistently every game, your fucking secondary is going to get burnt toast. It's going to be burnt toast at this point. We know this. We saw it last year. You know what I mean? Matt said, I wonder how we're going to go about placing Reddick because it's going to be tough. Two things are either going to happen. Number one, they're going to take the loss. Look, you're going to get a big chunk of money next year, $14.5 million, and you're going to be over $60 million in cap space because the cap is going up $20 million next year. The Eagles are going to have a lot of cap space next year, plus that 14.5 chunk they're getting from Reddick. Okay, so either they're going to take the loss and say, you know what, let's take the loss and let's get more. Let's add more to the secondary. I would rather have the secondary be better than the defensive line. That's just me. I think they're going to say, hey, we just have enough on the defensive line to just do enough and be creative, and we'll see what happens. Or they're going to say, you know what? Let's make it a smokescreen that we're going to get an offensive lineman. Let's move up in this draft to 15-14. Let's go get Jared Verse. Let's go get Dallas Turner and fucking and just it's hard for me to say they're not going defensive end just because you're losing three guys next year. You're losing Sweat, restructured contract this year. You're losing Brandon Graham, the retirement. You're losing Milton Williams. You're losing three defensive linemen. You got to add, I feel like they have to add another edge rusher in this draft. You know what I mean? I'm back and forth, guys. I'm back and forth. It's edge rusher. It's offensive line. It could be Brock Bowers. I don't know. It could be, it's crazy. I feel better that now in the safety spot you have a long-term deal with Chauncey. Thank God. Okay, finally, you got it right. The rumors came out during the combine, apparently, that the Eagles were making it the number one thing to get Chauncey back and get this thing right. And we got it. We got him here, which is good. Okay. You have Reed Blankenship that I don't think is going to be your starting safety this year. Why on his contract? Okay. Why on Reed Blankenship's incentively based contract it says if he plays 60% of the snaps, he gets an extra this type of money. 80% of the snaps, this type of money. I feel like they're not looking at him as a starter this year. And realistically, I think Reed Blankenship is a really good role-playing safety. The problem is he's just a role player. That's it. Like, he's solid. But I don't think I think people have fallen in love with him too much because we have had a bad safety group. They haven't added to that group. They have not added top talent to that group. So if they got a Tyler Nubin, if they went into the second round, got Javon Bullard as a Georgia Bulldog, so that's enough for me to say that the Eagles would have interest in. And Javon Bullard's a versatile player as well. He can move around as well. Hitchens, fantastic. You know what I mean? So, like I said, there's always room to upgrade, but like I said, like, linebacker core is already better than it was last year, even with Devin White here. Zach Bond will probably do special teams, but he has played a lot of off-ball in this type of system. He's had success last year with the Saints in this system like that, off-ball. Okay? Oren Burks from San Francisco has had starting. He went in. He got burnt a little bit, but he went in after that linebacker got hurt with the Eagles on the not the Eagles, sorry, the he had the torn Achilles or whatever it was when he was just running off from the sideline to get on the field and play. Nealon, whatever his name is, Kinlaw, whatever his name is, I keep forgetting what his name is. You know, he'll probably be a special teamer. Kinlaw, sir, there you go, I said it right, Kinlaw. Is it Greenlaw or Kinlaw? Greenlaw, Kinlaw. I always mix his name up all the time. But in my heart, I feel like it's defensive end, but reality in my heart, emotionally, I feel like it's defensive end. In reality, I think it could be offensive line. Reality, it's offensive line, or it's going to be Cooper DeJean. In my heart, I feel like it's really going to be defensive end. That's where I'm at with the situation. Only because I think Cooper DeJean is the player that makes the Eagles better immediately over all others. Well, yeah, I mean, you have a guy that can move around the field and play and not just moving around the field and just being a hybrid player, but you got to be good at doing it too. You could be put in multiple spots and you're not good at specifically 3 other spots, but at one spot you're good. DeJean would be good at other spots as well. The off-ball capability is tackling an open field. I mean, it's crazy good, really good. He's got high IQ, sees things before they happen, gets his hands on the football, likes jumping the route, sacrificing himself for the big play. You know, it's you know, sometimes you don't like players like that, but I like guys that go after the, you know, jump in front of routes like that, or try to get picks and do things like that. Yeah, Josh Allen. Yeah, Josh Allen signed a big deal. Hey, look, it was something to be excited about, but you know, he signed his big deal. So I didn't even know about it until Philly mentioned it the other day. I think it was not last shakedown. Was it last shakedown? Or was it shakedown before? I forgot. But I'm probably the only one who's confident what we have at slot. We got Hall, Rodgers, Maddox, Ricks. I like the future for us. The outside cornerback. I'm not confident. I'm outside outside of Ringo. Yeah. Tyler Hall is going to be interesting. Bringing Maddox back, I don't think bringing Maddox back is automatic. He's starting. I doubt that. That would just be stupid on the Eagles' part. Tyler Hall is in more of a Bryce Huff situation, not getting the consistent snaps, but when he's out there, he's very, very good in the nickel. And Tyler Hall plays nickel. He can play outside, and he's played safety. So it's another guy that can play multiple positions as well. I like Isaiah Rodgers coming in. Ringo, I think, out of all of them, I think has shown a little bit more promise for maybe going into next season. You know, another offseason would be great. So, you know, we'll see. Now, by side says Bradberry and Slay are both gone next year. One more year, the secondary looks different. That's true. That's why, guys, like I would have rather got rid of Bradberry this year. I really would have. If it was up to me, I would have got rid of Bradberry and go for the number 1 corner. But I would have done. Fortunately, they're not doing. DJ Richard says, absolutely, that's what I think. Defensive end add, second pick safety. Matt says we definitely been missing Chauncey's swagger yeah, I mean we need a voice, dude. When the 49ers went to our practice before the game, like our pre-drills, like just pushing Bradberry around, going around our practice, you know, like seriously, like Chauncey wouldn't have let that happen. You know what I mean? You need that guy like that's gonna expect excellence, you know, and that's who he is. Now, not only is he a big voice, Devin White. You ever seen Devin White on game day? Devin White is crazy on game day. Drew said they won't let Baldberry being their leader from the drafting a corner. If they really like one, I don't think they will. They will though. It's how. Yeah, I'm going by what the roster looks like. And if they were getting rid of Bradberry, I think they would have got rid of him. Unless it's a smoke move where they're just keeping Bradberry here to make it look like they're set at that position. I don't know. $4 million, a little bit over a $4 million cap hit, which is really cheap, but he's making over $10.5 million this year. I hope we get DeJean. Matt says to me, this is also Matt's last chance. Can find a way to stay healthy this year, despite him being a really good player. It's time for him. Yeah. Well, he's got to. They're not giving him the job. They're making him climb for that shit, which they should. They're making him climb for it. Ghostway says, you think after Cooper's Pro Day, there's more of a chance of drafting? Oh, yeah, 100%. I think there was already a lot of interest, especially since they brought him in so early on a pre-draft visit. Like, he was an early draft visit. Coming off that broken fibula, he's looked really good. That Pro Day was amazing. TJ said, me too. I don't know what they... Well, I get both sides. Like, me, I would have got rid of him. The second thing is, like I said earlier in the stream, is I think they think that Bradberry can have a rebound year. And I think safe to say he can, just because, dude, like, who played good in this defense last year? The coaching was an absolute disaster. You demoted your coordinator during the season, and it screwed up things even more. Instead of giving up only 22 points a game with Sean Desai, you're giving up 28 plus. 30 plus points with Matt Patricia. Like, it made it worse. You know, that's where I was kind of like, damn. You know, but you can't single out Bradberry. Who played well? Who fucking played well? Really? Nobody could tackle. Everybody was just misaligned. Every position was flawed because of this. Not only the scheme, but there was barely any coaching. You're putting Bradberry on a fucking island against JSN? Seriously? Seattle has to go down and score to win the game, and you're putting Bradberry on an island all by himself. No safety help, no nothing. Man-to-man coverage on JSN. I mean, it just made no sense, dude. But this is maybe a chance the Eagles trade up in the top 10, top 12 if they're taking a visit from a top corner in the NFL. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, but I don't think they're moving that far up for a corner. Unless it's Quinion Mitchell, I don't think they're moving that far up. I think getting what's his face? Getting Kool-Aid McKinstry, they don't have to reach that. That's too much of a reach, in my opinion, for him. Vintage says, 2020 Vintage says, sub Joey, I wish I knew what the Eagles and other teams think allowed 2 medical sweat was touted as a possible round 2, but dropped. Oh, yeah, dude. Even Landon Dickerson came off an ACL, and they still drafted him in the second round, dude. Over Asante Samuel Jr. And it's worked out. Like, I know the injury thing scares people, but the Eagles have taken guys off injuries. Not while they're injured. Like, the Sidney Jones pick was god-awful. Okay, that was just fucking horrible in the second round. But... you know, I want Alabama offensive line J.C. Latham in the first. Immediate starter at right guard, true. And future Lane Johnson replacement at right tackle. We lost Opeta and Driscoll. We have no line depth. And if Lane goes down, we're screwed. Yeah, and it seems like Lane always misses games every single year as well. Now, J.C. Latham, yeah, can start at guard immediately, can move to right tackle, can kick out once, you know, in a couple years. You have Matt Hennessy as a backup center / guard, and Tyler Steen is sitting there. Don't know what they're doing with him. At this point, they should at least try to cross-train the tackle and right guard, at least not just right guard, but at least the right tackle as well. Something. The Tyler Steen thing, I don't know what they're doing with him. I don't. He's a left tackle coming out of Alabama, and they put him at right guard. I mean, he's spoken very highly from Jeff Stalin, saying he reminds me of him of Brandon Brooks in a lot of ways. So, you know, we'll see. JT Latham's a monster, though. He's a monster. Like him a lot. I wonder what the Eagles are going to do. But we have 130 in the chat right now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the stream. Thank you so much and dealing with me today for the big rant and all the other stuff. So I appreciate it so much. We'll have videos out tomorrow, membership videos out tomorrow. I have two membership videos out tomorrow. For the content on the membership, so definitely check that out. We're getting closer and closer. Another week tomorrow, Saturday. Another week going by, and we have a week and a half. pretty much, right? After tomorrow. So the 25th is the draft. Yes. All right, you guys have a great day. We'll be back with another stream tomorrow, same time. I want to try to go a little bit longer than an hour. The past couple of streams have been like an hour. But remember, draft day, April 25th. Me and Philly will be streaming the whole entire draft, all 3 days, both channels. Make sure you support both channels and, have a good time. That's all we're here for. So, and that's it. You guys have a great day. See you guys on the next one. Takes what up, follow, slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.